Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to use the DET mode of SAStudio for software. There are 3 learning objectives for this video. Introduction for basic functions, introduction for UI layout and measurement example. First, let's introduce the basic functions of the DET mode. In DET mode, time domain IQ data is obtained and processed converting into a power time related data. DET mode provides functions for power waveform including observation, record and playback power. Zoom in to view some details. Next, let's introduce the UI layout of DET mode. The main settings area is divided into 3 submenus: Basic, Data and System. Basic submenu is composed with frequency, amplitude, bandwidth, preview and IQ correction setting. We can set the trigger source and pre-trigger time, and record and playback the waveform data in a specified period of time in the data submenu. We can set the reference clock source and system clock source in the system submenu, and click the preset button to restore the initial settings. Right-click the blank interface of the power waveform graph, and Chart Additional menu will appear in the UI. Chart Additional menu includes with Create Marker Pair, Global Peak Search, Open or Clear All Markers, Zoom, Export and Switch to Function. The chart settings area contains 2 submenus, Waveform and Marker. Here we can set the specific functions of the image, trace and marker. Next we will take a pulse signal with frequency of 1 GHz as an example to demonstrate measurement example of DET mode. Open SAStudio for software and switch working mode to DET mode. First, we need to input a pulse signal through the signal generator. The pulse signal is with center frequency of 1 GHz, the pulse width of 1 microsecond and the repetition period of 100 microsecond. Click single preview and keep other parameters as default to view the target signal. Next, we will show you how to zoom the detection graph. Open the Chart Additional menu and select the zoom function. Adjust the size of the zoom range by holding down the left mouse button and dragging the border of the red zoom box, or by placing the mouse arrow inside the red zoom box and rolling the mouse wheel. Then, you can adjust the zoom position by placing the mouse in the red zoom box, holding down the left mouse button and dragging the red box. Next, we'll show you the marker function. Open the Chart Additional menu and select Create Marker Pair. The width of pulse signal is obtained by placing the M1R and M1D markers at begin and end of the same pulse signal. You can also measure the period of the pulse by placing the M1R and M1D markers at the beginning of the previous pulse signal and the next pulse signal, respectively. Next, we will give you some introduction for level trigger, pre-trigger and timer trigger functions. Firstly, under level trigger mode, the device starts to collect signal data when the target signal reaches the set threshold power. Click the data submenu in the main settings area, and select level trigger from the drop-down box of the trigger source. Trigger level threshold is adjusted by moving the position of the level line, or setting the value of the level threshold directly in the right main setting area. Secondly, under pre-trigger mode, device will collect signal for a set period of time before triggering. For example, set the pre-trigger time below the data submenu to see the full period of the first pulse signal. Thirdly, let's introduce the timer trigger function. Timer trigger refers to the device periodically collects signals according to the set timer period. Click the data submenu in the main settings area and select timer trigger from the drop-down box of the trigger source. Then, change the trigger period by changing the value of timer period. Finally, let's introduce the recording and playback function. Under Fixed Points mode, adjust the record time in Record Time section. Click the Start Record button below the data submenu to start record. After recording, click the Open Rec File button and select the file recorded for playing back. And you can click the Stop Playback button to terminate the playback operation. Finally, click the Preset button below the System submenu to restore the parameters to their default settings. That's all for this video. For more information, please visit the official website of Hagic Technologies.